Today's date is February the 25th, 2024. My name is Christopher James, and I am truly honored and blessed to bring back to my broadcast Robert Sproul. For those of you that don't know who Robert Sproul is, he's an incredible warrior out in Scotland. Robert and I came in contact with each other 4 years ago, and he's got some incredible updates to bring and share with everybody. Robert, welcome back to the broadcast.
Great to see you again, Christopher. It's brilliant to speak to you direct. Well, people, I've been doing this 12 and a half years. I've had a rough time. The family have been destroyed by this system, as many families across the world. Now, court corruption. The last two court cases that I had last year were dropped. The first one was dropped, no problem. The second one was a bit of a hee-haw because we got an idiot, a sheriff that tried to push his luck. I wouldn't accept the legal name or the legal person's status. I would not get into the dock, and they didn't like that. So what happened is I got arrested for overnight. I went back the next day and switched the court from the man to the person to get myself out of trouble. On the day I was at court, I stopped the trial in its tracks. So when I went back the next morning, I accepted the person's status to get me out of the court because I don't use the liars, solicitors. Where's a Babylon? I got bail. 2 weeks later, I was to go back for another trial, and it was dropped. Wouldn't even let me in the court. The procurator fiscal, the woman acting as procurator fiscal, wouldn't even come in or let me in the court or come in and speak to me to confirm that the case had been dropped. The constable came out and told me with a bit of a dispute because on the day I was in court for the trial, I asked for the assistance of a constable because the man acting in the capacity as a judge and a procurator fiscal committed fraud, perjury and treason at the highest level, and I wanted him arrested. But he wouldn't accept that because I would not accept the old capital name. He couldn't hear or see myself in court. There you go.
And you've been also successful with property taxes and council taxes. Tell people about that as well, Robert.
Well, the council taxes, I've helped a few people with council taxes. I don't bother with it because I know how to deal with it, but I've had a couple of good results. And what I actually do when I'm challenging the council tax is two main questions that I challenge. I give conditional acceptance on the basis that they've got a contract. There is a man or woman called Glasgow City Council, for example. Confirm and verify that I am the legal person in the act and I am a person. And that can never be done, not even with a legislator. They never come back to me. And what I do as well, I do the same kind of thing as Christopher. Notice of intention to challenge the legal authority. A statement, a claim, fact and truth, and a notice of liability. What I've done with the sheriff officers is related to a couple of cases I've had. I've told them if they send any more threatening letters, they're going to be fined or charged £250 per instance of a letter for threatening behaviour and conduct on a letter. And I've told them if they use the Crown copyright name, they're going to be charged £2,500 every occurrence. Now, relating to the name, people, this is the trickery. In Scotland, we've got an entity ID. I'll give Christopher the document and he'll show you. We have an entity ID. The entity ID is the all capital name. It tells you you've got a number and the all capital name. Now, on the birth certificate, the extract of their birth certificate, it shows you that my name, Robert Sproul, capital R, lowercase for Robert, capital S, lowercase for Sproul, is also copyrighted. So it doesn't matter the format that you respond to these people. They're using the Crown copyright. And as Christopher says all the time in his videos, there's identity theft has occurred, criminal conversion and fraud at the highest level, perjury and treason, willfully and deliberately. Under Scots law, fraud is constituted by writing words and conduct to deceive and defraud.
Right. And
that's what they're doing everybody's life every day. They're stealing their identity, using coercion, which is a crime in law, and extortion, which is another crime in law.
Well, this is wonderful what you sent me. God bless you. You know, Robert has done the man person. He's showing you all the way through. And if I can crack a little joke here, I laughed at the man part at the very bottom one because you are Scottish, right? And we all know the Scots love their drink. And it says guided by spirit. So I was going to ask you a play on words. What's the spirits that you're drinking, you know, to do that? But that's wonderful, Robert. Like I'm saying, people need to understand Robert's out there all the time. He's fighting for his country. He's fighting for his world. And I know you've kind of pulled back a bit, but now you're coming back out again and you're doing these public speaking engagements again. So people in Scotland, how can they find you? Is there a way that they can email you? I'll put it in the description on that below with the video.
They can find me on YouTube, Robess. Look for a blue circle saltire flag. They can
Okay.
find me on BitChute, Robess with a square saltire flag. They can also find me on TikTok, Robert, aka Robess, Anti-Corruption Scotland.
Terrific. I'll put that all in the description below, Robert. Robert and I have not had contact with, and again, we got to finally talking. It's wonderful to see Robert. He's a brilliant man. He's courageous. He's fighting for this world, and he's a light to this world for the people in Scotland. And I'm going to start bringing Robert on more and more now as we move forward, because we're all recognizing there's a change that's happening in this world right now. And Robert is on point in Scotland. I like to think I'm one of the people on point here in Canada. And together we're going to show this world exactly where the truth lies, and more importantly, where justice is going to be sought. So thank you, Robert, for all my subscribers and listeners. Truly an honor and pleasure to have you here today. And let's bring you back again in the next week or so.
Brilliant, Christopher. It's great to see you, and I would like to thank the people that's watching this video for letting me be heard and taking time to watch the video with myself and yourself. It's important that we get this information out there. Everybody has to wake up. It's deadly serious, because the WEF and the WHO have got an agenda, and we have to stop that in its tracks.
Yep, absolutely. And actually, I forgot really quickly, tell everybody what you found out about the birth certificate.
Well, in the lands of Scotland, people, the local health authority has been instructed by the entity known as government to wipe the live birth record after 25 years. That means they're going to connect you with the birth certificate. You cannot, if they remove the importance of this, if they remove the live birth record, there is no proof that you're living. That's what
right.
they're doing.
That's great, Robert.
100%.
And I'm going to show everybody.
I'll get the document to you. As soon as I come off here, I'll get it organized and get it sent to you in your email.
Awesome.
And I'll send you a copy of the entity ID, you get a receipt for the extract, the registered, a website called Scotland People's Website. They send you a receipt telling you that you have an entity ID and it's your capital name, and then they give you the extract of the birth certificate with a different format name. But the two of them are still crown copyrighted. That's where the hidden agenda is. That's why they use the two statuses with the two names, because they're trapping you because they've copyrighted your name and stole your identity. I'm about just to finish it. I'm about to take on the registers of Scotland, the Register General, and I'm going to rescind the birth certificate. It's something that's never been attempted, and I'll let you know how I go on with that, because that's a battle and a half they're going to get. Because I'm taking my name back. I'm claiming my name, my given name, my creation from my mother, my gift. I want it back.
That's right.
God bless you, Robert. I'll keep you informed what's happening with that. I'll keep you updated. Even if I don't speak to you on video, I'll send it to you email and keep in contact with you, my friend. And thank you for your people watching this.
Thank you so much, Robert. God bless and Godspeed, and we'll have you back in the very near future.
And I see a whole army of my countrymen here in defiance of tyranny. You've come to fight as free men. And free men you are. What will you do with that freedom? Will you fight? Fight against that? No! We will run! And we will live. Die. Fight and you may die. Run and you'll live. At least a while. And dying in your beds many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom! Fine speech. Now what do we do?
Just be yourselves.
Where are you going?
I'm going to pick a fight.
Well, we didn't get dressed up for nothing.